All right, so we're gonna start talking about probability. We're gonna be able to calculate probability. So, does anybody know what probability is? Like, definition for probability. The odds of something happening. I like that one. Anybody else got another way to explain it? Like the amount of favorable outcomes, right? I like the way the book says it is it's the chances of an event occurring. Okay, so you take the total number of things that could happen and you pick out the ones that you want to happen, and that is the probability of it happening. So it's the number of favorable outcomes over the number of total outcomes. So if we're looking at that first example, it says find the probability of landing on red. So how many total outcomes are there? 3. And how many chances do I have to land on red? 1. So the probability that you get red is 1 out of 3. Okay. This is not like a rocket science lesson. This is just something we have to cover to move on to the next thing. Okay, so if you're looking at number 2, it says you roll a single die. How many sides are on a die? 6. We want to know P of 5 means the probability of rolling a 5. 1 out of 6. There's 1 5. There's 6 numbers on the dice. Okay, part B wants to know the probability of rolling an even number. 1/2, right? There's 3 even numbers out of 6, which reduces to 1/2. Okay. Part C wants to know about a multiple of 3. How do we know it's 1/3? What are the multiples of 3? 3 and 6, right? So 2 out of 6 reduces to 1/3. Okay. Now, part D says not a 4. How many numbers aren't 4? 5 out of 6. Okay. So this is pretty basic. You've probably done this before, but we got to go over it. Okay. So number 3, right there it has the picture of all the different cards that are in a deck. Some people we've discovered don't know that. So if you need a reference, there it is. There's 52 cards, and you want to know the probability of drawing a 10. Well, how many 10s are there? 4, so it's 4 out of 52. Or if you reduce it to 1 out of, I think it's 13. Sounds right. Yes, 1 out of 13. Okay, what is the probability of drawing a red card? 26 out of 52, which is 1/2. Okay, part C has 2 conditions. It needs to be a black king. So how many black kings are there in a deck? 2 out of 52, which is 1 out of 26. All right. Last one, part D, drawing a face card. So face cards are kings, queens, and jacks. They have faces on them. There's 12 of them, right? Because there's 3 in each suit and there's 4 suits. So 12 out of 52. And that reduces to what? Can we try it out? 6 out of 26, so 3 out of 13, like you were saying, right? 6, so it'll reduce to 6 out of 26, which reduces to 3 out of 13. Okay, so we've talked about probability. We also have to talk about odds. They're a little bit different and people confuse them quite a bit. So you want to make sure you know the difference. Does anybody know what odds are, not probability? Okay, so in probability, we take the chances of what we want over the total chances, right? In odds, it's the chances of what we want compared to what we don't want. So it's the ratio of favorable outcomes to unfavorable outcomes. So instead of taking the total amount of outcomes, you have to subtract. So like if I say, what are the odds of rolling a 1 on a dice? Well, there's 6 outcomes, but there's only 1, so it's 1 to 5 because it has to add up to the total. That makes sense? You should be able to add up the odds and get the total number of outcomes. You can write them as fractions, or if you look down below here, you can write them with the colon, and that's the same ratio. Okay. So if we're looking at number 4, you choose a marble from the bag. There's 15 of black, 15 red, and 5 blue. We want to know the odds in favor of choosing a red marble. So how many red marbles are there? 15 out of compared to how many marbles are not red? 20, right? Because there's 15 black and 5 blue. So there's 15 red marbles, favorable outcomes, compared to the 20 marbles that we don't want to pick. Yeah. Good, Leah. Okay. Now part B says you want the odds against choosing a red marble. So how many marbles aren't red? 20 out of how many are? 15. So this would be the opposite. It'd be 4 to 3. We've got 4 chances to not pick a red. We've got 3 chances to pick a red. Okay, part C, the odds against choosing a blue marble. So how many marbles are not blue? 30 compared to how many are? 5. So if we reduce that, it's a 6 to 1. So we've got 6 chances to choose a marble that's not blue. We've got 1 chance to choose a marble that is. Any questions on odds so far? Okay. We're almost done. Number 5, the weather forecast. The weather report forecasts that there is a 30% probability that it will rain tomorrow. What are the odds that it will rain tomorrow? Percent means out of 100. So if there's a 30% chance it'll rain tomorrow, 30, it's odds. So what are the chances that it won't rain tomorrow? 70. So that means it's a 3 to 7 chance. I think this is the last one. Number 6. Solve for the given odds when rolling a number cube, so a dice, 1 through 6. Okay. What are the odds in favor of rolling a 2? How many 2s are there? 1. How many are not 2? 5. Or you could put 1 to 5 like this. Okay. What are the odds against rolling a 2? So how many numbers aren't 2? 5, 2, 1. Okay, so you gotta make sure you know whether it's in favor or against. What are the odds in favor of rolling a number greater than 3? There's 3 numbers bigger than 3, right? 4, 5, and 6. What are the odds you don't get a number greater than 3? 1, 2, 3. So 3 to 3, you've got a 50-50 chance that you get a number greater than 3. Equal odds. Okay, last one. What are the odds in favor of rolling a number less than 5? So how many numbers on the cube are less than 5? 4 compared to how many aren't? 2. Okay, are there any questions about how to do this? If it's odds, it should add up to the total. If it's probability, the bottom number should be the total. Okay, there is an assignment. It's 1 IXL KK1. Once you got it done, you're done.